Kids in school are forever telling me that snakes don't have bones. Snake bones. So I think this is one of my favourite bits behind me, but it's been boarded up. It was an exhibition about human development, which went in about 1990, I think. And since then I keep coming back and checking it's still there and if it's changed. And until a couple of years ago, it hadn't changed. I think the last time I was here would have been about 5 years ago, before COVID, and it was still running then. But it looks as if it's all boarded up now. I've got photographs and video of it somewhere around the house.
Babies have to learn. You explore, babies explore. You explore, babies explore.
You explore, babies explore.
Babies have to learn how to explore. You have come prepared. You know how handles work.
Babies have to learn.
You explore, babies explore. You explore.
The lady behind me here is called Mary Anning. She was very, very important in understanding fossils. Also, she sells seashells by the seashore. Might be about her. I don't know if it's been definitively decided, but a lot of people think it is about her. And Mary Anning pieced together big skeletons like that. Of course, she wasn't allowed to join any august bodies on account of being a lady. Well, that's an ugly little spud, isn't it? Not only is this one ugly as sin, but it was caught with its last meal in its teeth. This line's kind of blonde. It didn't start out blonde, it achieved blonde. Or blonde was thrust upon it. It's a bit faded and a bit dead. Actually, it's a lot dead and a lot faded. There you go. It's because they weren't stored very well in the olden days, so the line faded. Some of the other ones too, but I think the line's particularly faded. So here we've got the blue whale, biggest of big things. And what I just found out is there actually a skeleton inside the model. I thought it was just a model, but there's a picture that explains how it works. And number 4 son was able to straighten out that misconception on which skeleton it was. I thought it was a skeleton up there, and actually it's a different skeleton. You can see in the diagram, but the photograph was got a funny angle and I misunderstood what it was doing. So number 4 son straightened that one out for me, but nonetheless, there is a skeleton inside the model, trapped, waiting to get out. Been there for 90 years. I think it's staying. This guy up here's a sperm whale. You know what? I'm sure there are no 13-year-old boys in the museum giggling about that at all. Not a one. Look what I found. It's a bear bomb. This hyena is stuffed. It's not laughing now, is it? Charles Darwin, guy that wrote the book. I have read it. It's not bad, but you probably better listen to Richard Dawkins these days. It's a wee bit more up to date. Some of the Darwin one's hard to read because he doesn't quite get the genetics. He's got an idea about it, but it's not quite there, and it just gets annoying when you're reading the book. Because you keep thinking, no, this is my Aunt Charlie boy, that's how it works. But obviously can't tell him because he's dead. Regular readers will have noticed I don't have a big chunky plastic microphone stuck to my shirt. I've got this nice wee Tascam Lav mic. That's because I was watching something the other day that said big chunky LED light up microphone stuck to your shirt are sold 2023. And you know I have to be in the mode. So that's why we mic here, there's probably a big noise on it, and the actual radio bit's in my pocket. And so the mode. This is the space exhibition in the Science Museum. They've got things like fake Sputnik. So I think it's a fake Sputnik. I'll go check in a minute. Yeah, it's a fake Sputnik V2 rocket engine. And the orientation board just says it was the world's first long-range rocket developed by the German army. That's it. And the Yankees modified it for the Redstone. NASA Jai 2, used on the second stage of the Saturn V. Soyuz capsule. Always especially comfy, and always remember, don't open the vent that lets out your atmosphere. That's a big mistake. Never open the let out your atmosphere vent if you ever find yourself in a Soyuz space capsule. It's not real. It's a model of a lunar module. This one, on the other hand, is the real deal. This is the Apollo 10 command module, which went round the moon, released the lunar module. Lunar module went down towards the moon, didn't land, came back up, docked. Lunar module got left behind. This came back to Earth. Definitely not easy to see on the wee camera screen, but there's a model of the Wright Flyer over there. Apparently the real one was here for a long time, and then it went back to the USA. So one of the Wright brothers oversaw construction of that model there. I can say without fear of contradiction that Fokker is a Fokker. I had to wait till some kids went away before I said that one. All cock and grounds Vickers Vinny, flew from Canada to Ireland. Had some mishaps on the way, but made it. There's a Hurricane and a Spitfire back there. The Hurricane's on the left, the Spitfire's on the right. Wing shapes are different, but it can still be a bit tricky to tell them apart. I usually look at the cockpit, and the Spitfire one's more sort of bulbous, whereas the Hurricane one's straighter. This thing behind me is Babbage's difference engine. If there was another one, would that be Babbage's same engine? Yeah, nobody's thought of that one yet. That's something to consider. This is a dog racing tote machine. And what it did was, in real time, it calculated the payout for dog races. This is the thing for taking x-rays of your feet to see if your shoes are pinching. I've only ever used one once. It would have been about 50 years ago. There was a shoe shop in Prestwick had one. Not a good idea. You know, there are people who say George III was madder than a bag of frogs. Maybe it was. But he had this philosophical table made on which he could do experiments. A science table. So even if he was, as some people say, madder than a bag of frogs, at least he had this done. Yeah. He didn't waste his time. Yeah, maybe he did. Hey ho.
One of these mornings you're going to rise up singing.
This is quite a noisy corner of the Science Museum, but I might be able to take out the fan noise in post. The reason I like this bit is because it's about Paul Robeson. And the American government wouldn't let him out of America, so we had to sing via cable to be heard in the UK. What I didn't know was about 2 weeks ago I was in the island of Kerrera near Oban, and that's where the transatlantic cable first came ashore after it crossed the Atlantic. I don't know why they did that, because it's only a mile or so to Oban, but there is a wee stone in the ground that says that's where it landed, and I've checked it up and that's it. The cable came across 56, landed in Kerrera, and Paul Robeson sang over it.